Hey, what's good, everyone? This is Ferdbird the Nerd with another video game market report for you guys. It is September 3rd, 2025. I have about, I'd say 7 or 8 different video games for you guys today. You guys do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll keep doing these videos. And do me a favor, look out for the previous videos I've done in the past and all the channels I do, whether it's video games, Pokemon cards, or comic books, which is what everyone comes to my channel for. But if you haven't kind of follow my socials or whatever, I'm kind of more so leaning towards video games and more Pokemon stuff. So I'll shut up and get into it. But hope you guys enjoy the show. All right, first up, we have Mario 64, graded as CGC 7.5, CIB that is not sealed for 499 bucks. This is a beloved video game in general. I would say that the 64 game is probably the best one to play multiple, just because it had that joystick. It was on a bigger platform, but the OG for me is SNES. That Rainbow Ridge is just killer. But this is a really fun game to play. I think it still keeps, it still keeps the blood going, all that good stuff. But $4.99 for a 7.5 CIB is really strong. Keeping on the N64 front, Super Mario 64 in a 7.5 sold for $355 CIB, which I think is respectable. Now, this is an over mass printed game, millions of copies out there, but the 64 CIB is the toughest high grade to get just because it's cardboard and every single bend, spine, whatever gets ruined. There's missing pieces of the cardboard. So 7.5 in this game in particular for 355 bucks, even if it's CIB, I think it's a very strong sale. 64 is my favorite platform to grade just because they pop so much. And even if it's not sealed, I still think they grade really nicely. But yeah, I like this sale. It's healthy. All right, next up, we have an odd one. PS2 SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain from the early 2000s. Now, a 9.0 CIB sold for 700 bucks. It was a bite now, nonetheless, but it did sell for quite a bit. I don't know if this is like a fake kind of weird sale, but I'll look at the CIB values of this. It goes for $29.99. I don't know. I never graded a PS2 CIB. I've only done sealed ones, but if this goes for 700 bucks and a 9.0, I'm going to scoop up every single $29.99 CIB like SmackDown PS2 game I can find. I don't really know what the big deal about this game is, except Brock Lesnar's on the cover, but it might just be a one-off sale. Or maybe this is just the highest grade in the census. I don't know. Back to more normal stuff. Red Dead Redemption number 2 for the PS4 specifically, a 9.9 sold for 220 bucks. I think it's a really tough grade even for a newer game, just because PS4 the wrapping kind of it doesn't hold very well over a period of time. And I've never liked grading PS4 games. I just think they're a gamble. PS3 is a little bit better because the seal is a little bit more tight, but PS4 seals are just so damn flimsy. I don't like grading those games. Nonetheless, a 9.9 if you are trying to get this in a investment grade. I go for a 9.9. 220 is not too bad. I don't know if they'll ever make this a movie, but it doesn't really hit with video games. Nonetheless, I think it was a great sale and a great grade. Next up, a random Star Tropics for the NES for the Wata and 9.0 sold for 400 bucks, and that was sealed. It wasn't a CIB. I don't remember this game at all when I was a kid, but evidently it was on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I don't know the significance of this game. I think it's just a sealed game for an older console that was fairly high. Now, it was Wata, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if that in particular has something to do with the value of this, but I was just one of those one-off sales. I never heard this game before, so I had to post about it. All right, next up, more modern Pokemon Shining Pearl in a 9.9. That's 4 zeros there for you guys. 85 bucks for a 9.9. I think that's just a solid steal. Just because it's CGC and the turnaround times for CGC, well, let's see. I submitted something mid-July, and it's scheduled to come back mid-October. So by the time Thanksgiving goes around, I'll get my games back. So you got to think about the time, the risk of not getting a 9.9, 85 bucks. That's basically, it's less than value and grade. So, and that's a solid grade 9.9. A 9.8, I probably just just pay like $50 for it. But man, 9.9 for $85 is just such a great sale. I love that. Yeah, the seller kind of messed up on this one, I would say. Not Pokemon, but Pokemon Snatch for the Switch. I thought this was a really cool sale to go after. Just because Pokemon Snap is such a great collectible to have. I've been looking for a complete like either CIB 9.0 of the Pokemon Snap plus the pack for under 1,000. I just can't find one. They're just really expensive, but I like this sale. I would definitely buy a 9.9 or even a 9.8. Obviously, in this sale, a 10 sold for 300 and 450 respectively, and I'm not mad at that. I mean, Pokemon Snap was a very formidable game for the N64, and so I like this reprint, even though it is a reprint, and I like this long term too. So, yeah, good luck. That's pretty cool. Zelda Triforce on a 9.9 sold for 130 in a CGC. I'm not a buyer of this game. I like the cover, but I just don't know about 3DS games. I shouldn't say that. I don't know about like offhand 3DS video games. I am a big buyer and believer of the 9.9 Pokemon 3DS games, and 3DS hasn't hit yet. I think it's kind of a lull right now. There's big opportunity there. And I think if you're trying to invest in 3DS games, go for Pokemon, go for the 9.9s. Don't spend more than $100 if you can. It's going to be a strong market eventually. Oops. Oh, come on. Oh, that's all we have for the show today. All right. So anyway, again, thanks everyone for your support. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. It helps with the algorithm. Hope you guys enjoyed the new title. I'm trying to get more people to watch my videos. That's how we do it anyway, right, guys? And I hope you guys all have a great day. Take care, and we'll see you next time.